Hello everybody and welcome to episode 6 of the Factorio playthrough. In the last episode I made this really kind of crappy steel manufacturing facility over here that I'm going to fix at some point, but for the time being it is completely functional, which is great. What I want to do is I actually want to create a steel production facility right over here, and that shouldn't be too hard to do. Overall, like I'm probably just going to split this and then run a line up over here, because it definitely does not seem like I need any more copper coils, copper wires. So it should be fine to basically just have a steel production facility right here and have that line run back up, and then we're good. So I'm going to start working on that. I created a simple one down here, but it is not ideal. I do have steel furnaces available now, and I think I am going to use that for steel production simply because it is faster. So I'm just researching train stuff. So I'm going to make 10 steel furnaces, which I do not have enough resources for yet. I have enough steel plates, I just don't have enough stone blocks. I need 30 more stone blocks, so that's going to take a little bit, so I'll just work with what I have here. The next thing I need to do is I need to find out where exactly I want all this to go. So I need a splitter for the iron here, and I need a splitter for the coal here, and then these will merge into a line in this general area. So I think that'll be good in that front. So 2 splitters. Okay, my inventory is full of garbage. I don't know why I still have that pipe there. There is a way to like destroy your inventory, and I might do that at some point, but or like parts of your inventory, I mean. So I'm gonna go like this. I try to be clean with my lines. And I need underground, and I don't have enough for an underground belt. Now I do. Okay. There we go. Alrighty. And then we just need to make another underground line. And we have to split things right here. Four. And yeah. There we go. So now this isn't like perfect, but it is definitely good enough for the system we have in store, because what we want to do... sure, that'll take a while. What we want to do is basically just have 5 on each side churning out steel, and at some point I'm probably going to want to expand that to more than 10 production facilities, but for the time being I think that'll be good. Rather than feeding the same line, I'm gonna do what I did for the other smelter and split it. It seems a little counterintuitive, but I think that it'll work better in the long run, because, and usually I don't want to work up like this and around, but we'll see. It might be disastrous. 5. And then we're going to want fast inserters here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go over here and just grab a bunch of resources again. Just take a bunch of stuff. And I'll grab a bunch of just regular resources as well. Oops, I don't want that completely full, but maybe like right here should be good. Okay, so fast inserters are very, very important here. Because that will allow quicker production and basically just quicker distribution of what we need. Okay, and then this is the exit. There we go. So we're good there. We're going to need 6 more fast inserters for the other side. Oops, too far away. There we go. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then boop. And then we just need the power cables, and we will be all set with our steel. Perfect. So, like I said, this is not the end all for the steel production, but for the time being, I'm able to run it over here, put it on the main bus, and we'll be all set. I'm gonna have to do an underground layer right here to bypass this. There. Perfect. Now this will consume a lot of metal. I don't know why I repeated myself so much there, but that's okay. Like, again, this is full now, and then I don't need this anymore, so this steel production can all go away. So that'll clean up some resources too. Because this was definitely impacting our system. Oops. There we go. There we go. So it's not a perfect solution, but it is definitely one that'll work for now, and it's expandable to the point where I can probably bring like another 5 or 10 through here, and it'll be okay. Now it seems that we're getting a little backed up over here where it comes to inputs, and that's kind of a bummer. I'm wondering what exactly I can do for that, and part of it might just be kind of sitting and waiting and seeing until things stabilize a little bit more. So I just I want to make sure that everything is going okay here. But for the time being, it looks like everything is working all right. So the next thing I want to do is look at my research tab here. So I'm researching rail signals. The tool belt is probably what I should research next, because that'll give me a lot more space on my toolbar for just having more things available for me to use. Another thing that I might want to do is split this so there's like a seam down the middle, and having a seam in the middle is good because that way you can do some underground belts for so you can have something that goes around and across, and that's important as well. I'm kind of at my I'm trying to remember what I need to do next in this game, and I might pause real quick to do a little bit of research. Actually, what's this up to? So I will be back in like 5 seconds. Okay, so I did a little bit of looking through my my tech tree, and I realized that oil processing is probably the next thing I need to do. So I need to mark down that episode 6 at about 9 minutes in. I need to make a cut and figure out what exactly I'm doing next. So oil processing is this guy, and this allows like pump jacks and refineries and chemical plants, and allows you to split fuel into various things, and that basically opens up a huge tech tree. So basically processing oil is really the big part of this that I am kind of unfamiliar with still. I got a little bit of experience with it in my full playthrough before when I was playing offline, but I really didn't fully understand what I was doing. So there are there is oil down here. There's some oil here, and there's a bunch of oil here, which I'm definitely going to capitalize on. There's a little bit up here and a little bit more down here. But the problem is I don't know if you want to pipe it into a place and then send its processing out, or if you want to process it at the source and then send the raw materials back. That I just don't know. So another thing that I might want to do is I might want to make a car so I can drive around. I will also invest in some heavy armor, which will take most of my steel, it seems, but I think it'll be worth it. Eventually you're able to get like mech suits that allow you to like put night vision goggles on and stuff, so the night isn't as annoying as it is right now. So that'll definitely be good. The other thing that I want to do is I want to practice making like a train station. Like, say I have a station that mines all of this out, and there's a train that moves back and forth, and the train stops down here, unloads all of the stuff, and then actually it would probably stop right here. It would unload everything, and then it would just go back to where it was, and it would go back and forth and just drop off a bunch of stuff, and that way I would never really run out of resources over here, which is going to be a concern at some point. But looks like this is actually pretty saturated now, so I don't have to worry about it this second. It's just one of those things where I've never really done it, and I know that it's kind of cool once you get it running. So I kind of want to try doing that. I'm not sure. So this is going to be kind of more of a chill episode while I figure out what I need to do next. And what I need to do next is I think I need to just start working with oil processing and getting that whole system going. But in that case, I'm probably going to make this the last episode of my recording session for today, so I can sit down and map out what I did correctly the last time I did this, because there's definitely a lot that I can do wrong, and I definitely did a lot wrong when I was processing oil the first time before. It looks like things are actually going pretty slow up here. Like, metal plates aren't really getting to the end. And I thought that once those boxes were full, it would stop like being as much of a problem. But really, I think I'm splitting it so much that it's just, both these boxes are full now, and it's still being an issue. So that makes me a little bummed out. It's kind of cool that everything is like lining up here, though. Yeah, I need to figure out what exactly is going on. Because it's not working the way that I want. And that might just be because I don't have enough smelting systems going, but I have a feeling that I am, and I'm just not doing it right. And the other thing might just be that I need to get more fast transport belts. That is entirely possible. I should really actually, not that I really need bullets because there's no enemies, but here we are. So I know this is a bit of a shorter episode, but right now I think I just need to do a little bit more research on the game itself. And actually, once this steel section gets full as well, there will be less of a need for all of this metal. So that should stabilize as well. So that'll be good. But of course, once I start getting into making things that require steel, I'm going to be back to where I started. So, it's a little bit of a problem either way I look at it. But yeah, I'm just going to chill for a little bit. So thank you so much to everybody who's watched this so far. I don't know if I've gotten any positive comments yet because this has all been the same play session. So I'm not sure if people are enjoying the series, but hopefully they are. And please let me know if you want me to continue this series, because I really absolutely adore this game. It's so much fun to just kind of sit down and chill and make a fun factory that's very, very self-sufficient and very organized and very clean. And while I'm not really doing that right now, I do feel that that it's something that I can aspire to be better at. And like I said before, this is kind of like programming. There's always bugs in the system, and you just have to figure out where they are, and you just work them out and have a good time there. I'm just kind of sitting and watching this steel production and waiting for it to top out and see how everything backs up again, because I do want to make sure that this is good. But, you know, worst case scenario, I can just look back at this recording before I start the next one and be like, oh, this is where I was before. And that's really something that I've kind of had to sit and learn while doing Let's Plays, where especially this one, where I've gotten both distracted and interrupted a couple times, where I need to go back and edit these videos. It's very interesting to just kind of sit down and realize that this is very asynchronous. It's kind of like Twitter in some degree, where or not Twitter, but well, a little bit like that, where it's like I can do one thing and then I don't really get a response on what I did for several, probably weeks. Like, this is probably 2 or 3 weeks worth of content that I'm creating right now, and I'm not really going to get a response on any of that for a while. And it's kind of weird and kind of interesting, and like the best I can hope for is that people enjoy it. This thing's still piling up. Okay, so these are full. This one's getting full, I think. Oh, it can store steel inside of it. Okay, so if I go like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I don't know how much steel does it store. Yeah, whatever. So yeah, once these actually fill up, and because they will fill up eventually, and they'll stop producing. Once they fill up, then it'll be less of an issue, and I won't have to worry about as much for starvation of my iron. But anyway, I've kind of rambled on for the last 5 minutes, hoping that this fills up and I feel good about myself. But for the most part, we're back where we started. So I might try to work on making this a little bit more efficient in the future. And again, I can always look online and try to figure out what the best solution is for some of these problems. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this series. Hopefully you like it enough for me to continue it, but you know, if you don't, that's okay too. This is kind of a niche game that not everybody can get behind sometimes, and I understand that. So again, thank you so much for watching. I am actually going to save this game because I haven't actually saved it yet. And I will see you guys next time. Oh, right, and if you like this, please click the like button. If you want, please consider subscribing, because I make a lot of content like this, and etc., etc. I really appreciate your time, and I hope to see you soon. Have a good one. Bye.